Hello ladies, gents, boys and girls, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and welcome aboard this beautiful iniBuilds A350-1000, newly updated in the Qatar livery. We are Qatari 33 Quebec Heavy, with service from LAX over to Doha, Hamad. Flight time of 16 hours and 9 minutes. This is going to be a mammoth one. I think this is the longest flight I've ever embarked on in the sim. Our flight plan actually takes us, I'll just tell you the countries we're going to go over. So we're going to be departing easterly, westerly out of LA, turning easterly across the entire United States, exiting directly over New York actually. Then we start our oceanic track, where we start a southerly oceanic track. We're going to go over the Azores, enter just south of Portugal, over Faro, south of Spain, and then we're going to go over Algiers, Tunisia, south of Crete, the Greek island, and then directly over Cairo into Saudi Arabian airspace before descending into Doha in Qatar. A mammoth 16 hours airborne. I can't quite believe that people would sit on this plane for this long. I mean, I can barely sit down for a couple of hours on a flight. I struggled on my Los Angeles flight I did a couple of years ago, so this is going to be a killer. Anyway, we're in the comfort of our own home, so we're going to attempt it anyway, and it's going to be even better flying the iniBuilds A350. So let's jump into the flight deck and get everything set up for today's service. Right, so welcome into the flight deck of the iniBuilds A350-1000. Looks really nice with my new 1440p 32-inch curved monitor. We'll jump into the overhead panel, where we'll get the adheres to the nav position. Fuel pumps can come on, and everything's looking good over there. We've got ground control on as well. We'll clear the errors on there and request our company flight plan from ACARS, pulled all the way through from SimBrief, and we'll insert that directly into the aircraft and clear all the information at the bottom. Request our company winds, give us updated flight times, and we'll clear that as well. Departure today out of LAX is 24 left, full length, and it does have an ILS, so we should have guidance. And then the departure SID, and is there a transition? There is indeed. We'll go that one there, like it tells us to on the flight plan. And the arrival, we won't do that. We've got 16 hours, so it'll probably change. We're forecast for a little bit of bad weather actually when we get down to Qatar. It says it's going to be a bit stormy, so we'll see about that. Run through our flight plan quickly. So it's left hand turn, out, and look at this routing, never ends, and still going. Everything's looking good, and there's our endpoint, and there's Qatar. Lovely, with Doha International. Both iniBuilds sceneries. It's a full iniBuilds video. This is iniBuilds LAX, iniBuilds Doha, iniBuilds A350. Is there anything iniBuilds does not do? We can't load the fuel just yet. We have to wait for our boarding complete from good old GSX. That's fine. Aeroplane's loading itself. It's going to take quite a while to get all passengers on. We've got 300 peeps on today's flight, so quite a full one actually. I don't know how many they would take. Would this be a performance limited service? Because it's a 350-1000, so has it got the range? I don't really know. I know you can do this flight quite easily, but is it one of those where they have to send a special aeroplane with like less seats? We'll get the... Oh, I think I need to redo my Navigraph. Give me 1 second, guys. Right, sorry about that. I just had to open a browser and log in. I did a fresh install of this aeroplane, so I had to have my camera views as well, so that'll explain it. Because the last time I updated it was quite a while ago, so I wanted the 350-1000 to be its most current. So we're over here at the Tom Bradley International Airport in the international section. And there is our departure. That's all looking good there. And top altitude of the SID is 170. So I'll plug that in. Lovely. We'll get flight director on. Get some situational awareness on the first officer's side. And we get the APU on, seatbelt sign on as well. And that is pretty much everything done. We have to load the aircraft's fuel and weight shortly, but we can't do that until GSX has loaded. So I'll jump back in when we're ready for push and start. So the time has come. Everyone's on board. We've got the final load sheet so we can enter everything in, and I've loaded the fuel today. A whopping, look at that. That is so much fuel for a 350. I mean, it's such an economical plane. I mean, if you're in an MD-11 or something, you'd expect that for a long haul, but not this plane. We'll go eco or econ for the cruise and climb. We'll just change it when I go into performance, and we're going to have to jump over to the integrated EFB, sync FMS, sync the load sheet, and I think that's all you need to do. Everything else is plugged in for you. Calculate, and it's given us toga, so we are very heavy. So we go to man toga, high V speeds for the 350 as well, flat 1 with bleeds on. This is going to be an interesting departure. It might be a little bit spicy. Send that in there. That's all nicely done. We get the built-in map that is handily available on the 350. And we get the taxi chart up so we get some situational awareness. We're going to push back, nose left, tail right, taxi to the end where we'll join the taxiway and go full length for runway 24 left. That's pretty straightforward for the taxi instructions. We're not on VATSIM or anything because I'm going to go to sleep while this is in the air. Close all the doors, and we'll toggle arming slides as well. And we'll get rid of all the ground equipment because we don't need it anymore. Got APU on, and chocks aren't needed. Parking brakes on, and we're ready for a push back. So request push and start. And checklist menu that we should have done earlier. So that's all hunky-dory. And before start, we've done all this. We just need the beacon light on, which is coming on now. Everything's clear. Checklist menu complete, and after start checklist is the next one, so we don't need to do that yet. And we'll go performance page. We'll have that on our side because we're the pilot flying. Let's just get the servos on. And we need nose left facing north on kilo. That looks good to me. It's exactly what we need.
Release parking brakes, please.
So TARA and flight plan's all correct. So performance, start switch to ignition, above, and is it? Oh no, that's the TA only button, isn't it? Yeah. And get parking brake off. Engine number 1 can go to start, and we'll have a nice wing view, and I'll let you listen to the upgraded sounds of the 350 as well. positive start on engine number 1, and that sounded pretty good, you know. I'm happy with that. Engine number 2 to start. We'll have to set the parking brake shortly. It sounds quite good from the that poor lady's been beheaded. No, it sounds quite good from the flight deck as well. The sounds have been upgraded by that new team that they've got, and they sound quite nice. I'm a bit disappointed with the 340 sound, so it still sounds like, if you watch my review of the 340, it still sounds the same. So,
waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
And we'll go GSX, tell them to go away.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
I know the weather here is not very nice, is it? 1021 is the QNH, and you've got like this layer of fog in. I don't know if it's a marina layer. It's not too windy though, it's quite calm, which is usually the case with a layer of fog like this. If you get fog, it's not going to be windy, because the wind usually pushes the fog away. So there's the
tow truck
tug.
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Disconnect him.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Bypass pin has been shown, and overhead flow, bleed off, master off, taxi light on, center pedestal, speed brake arms, flaps 1, start switch to norm, flight control check. Lovely thing on the 350s, you don't need to set the trim. When you pull the speed brake into the arm position, it does it for you, which is nice. And shortly following a flight control check when the flaps are fully extended to 1+F. So, put the feet on the rudder pedals, and we'll go at full right, neutral, left, neutral. And we'll go forward, neutral, and full up, neutral. For the rudders now, give it a boot full of left, neutral, and right, neutral. All flight controls are free and correct, and everything's plugged in. Don't have a runway turn-offs, do we? So that's everything. We'll tell the cabin crew that we're ready for departure. Don't know which button it is on the 350, and we'll release the parking brake. Flight control, and we can go to takeoff config, and that's disappeared, so we've done everything correctly and we're ready for a taxi. So we'll go straight to the end here that you can see, and then we'll swing a right and we'll go completely full length, because if it's telling us to go toga, we're going to need it, aren't we? And it'd be interesting to see how long this takeoff roll actually is. I think every time I've taken a 350 out on a service in the sim, it's got up quite quickly, so it'll be interesting to see takeoff roll and the sort of performance it has on climb. We've got quite a few step climbs, so it goes up to 330 initially, and then when we're over, just before we get to the Atlantic crossing, we go up to 350, and then we're going to go up to 370 and finish at 410, or 40, sorry, on the flight plan. So that's quite interesting. So we've got quite a few step climbs that will automatically be done for us. We've got the auto step climb feature on, which is nice and handy. And to be fair, for how heavy we are, I mean, we're close to max takeoff weight. We are taxiing quite easily here. I didn't have to add much thrust. And the performance I'm getting at iniBuilds LAX is quite good. Got to remember, we've got live weather. We're at iniBuilds LAX. It's either premium or enhanced, the best version, and I'm in the iniBuilds A350-1000. And my performance is telling me I'm getting 49 to 50 FPS flat. And then, of course, I times that 2 by frame gen, so we're getting 100 FPS. Silky smooth. It's really, really nice. Make our right hand turn here, not forgetting that we are quite a chunky boy today, so we're going to need to give it a wide berth. We're in the 1000. The 900's quite forgiving at turning. It's actually not the biggest plane in the world. It's a bit like when we fly the 777-200. The taxi, you don't have to give it much thought, but when you're in the 300ER or the 1000 like we are today, you do. I was also very interested to see if you guys would like to see some A380 operations. I think Fly-by-Wire updated their 380 and it looks quite good, so we might give that a go. Maybe a service from Dubai or Singapore ops or something of that nature. I would like to go to Birmingham in the A380 because that's what I see most of the time. Or we could do it into Gatwick, Manchester. It's up to you guys. Or we could do BA Ops, Air France. This weather's not nice at all. I was quite lucky when I went to LA a couple of years ago. I went in February 2022. And it was 24 degrees. I don't know what that would be in freedom units, but 24 degrees each day, which is quite nice for February. We actually went during a heat wave. It was really strange. People that we spoke to when we were there said that we were really lucky with the weather, and that was nice. So yeah, I had a really nice trip to LA, and the airport's huge. Like, we went just after COVID ended, so it was really quiet. And our 777 flight, so we flew with American Airlines 777-300ER to LA, and there was 8 people on the flight, so that was nice. So we got spread out, and then on the way home we went on a British Airways 777-300ER, and there was 22 people, which was nice. So we got a nice row to ourselves each, me and the person I was travelling with. So it was quite enjoyable. And I've just changed the departure climb thrust to climb and not the D rate, so we get full climb performance, because we'd have a restriction on the departure that I'd like to meet. Yeah, LA's good. We went to the in and out that's on the corner as well here. We did some plane spotting, so that was nice. So all the lights are on now. We've got the departure SID chart on our left hand side, and we shortly can clear away the map. Confirmed 24 left, confirmed, and clear the map away. I'll get the weather radar on, and I'm happy to get going over to Qatar. Not my finest lineup, this isn't. I've butchered it a little bit. Hopefully I can save it, add a little bit of thrust, get that inertia going on the forward wheel, and that looks pretty good to me. Right, stand on the brakes, slow it down, and everything's done down there. Takeoff config, ECAM no blue, chrono 50%, forward pressure, thrust is stable, Mantoga SRS runway nav blue. Goodbye LA, look at that.
V1.
V1, rotate, slowly lower, slowly get that nose up, watching the tail. That is a positive right, there's the end of the runway. We're going to gear up, and I have nav. Look at that, goodbye LA, there's the beach. So lower the nose, thrust, climb, climb. Autopilot 1 in. And it should be coming out of this soup very shortly. The 350 wing is so beautiful. It's one of the best looking wing views you can get. Beautiful. So coming up to our speed there. Flaps up. Disarm the speed brake. Taxi light off. Lights can start. Nav and logo. The logo light we don't need on anymore. Coming up to green dot, and then we'll watch this breakout. It's a low cloud base. It should be here. Look at that. Beautiful. Brilliant. So it looks like clean sailing. I did check the weather chart for the whole route, and there is some turbulence forecast in about 3 hours over sort of the middle of the US. But apart from that, our night sector across the Atlantic Ocean looks pretty smooth, to be honest, so it's quite nice. We'll go up to cruise 330. I'll get the OTHH and airports on, situational awareness, traffic as well. Beautiful, everything's looking good up here. We are climbing very slowly. I mean, we've been in a straight line for a while and we're only at 4,500 feet, so you can't deny that wing view is absolutely unreal. Clouds look really nice as well. Yeah, it looks really, really good. It's a shame that we can't see the ground because Auto FPS is giving us already at this altitude 300 level of detail on the ground, so it would look nice. That is pretty much everything left to do. The A350 does a lot of things by itself, so I'm going to leave you with some really nice climb and cruise highlights, and I will see you in about 15 hours and 50 minutes to be exact. We've still got quite a while to do on this sit. It takes us actually right round. Don't see land for a while. It's a bit of a strange departure, but when we do get some land, I'll give you a nice wing view, and you'll be able to see it for the next couple of hours. And like I said, I'll see you in 15 hours 50 minutes. Hello and welcome back into the sim. I promised you 15 hours and 50 minutes, and exactly 15 hours and 50 minutes later we're ready for we are descending, sorry. I forgot to do a lot of checklists. I do apologise, please don't shout at me. But everything's set up for the arrival. We are landing on one of the left runway. Let me double check. It's a 34 left, I believe. I plugged it in quite a while ago. The weather actually is pretty crap. There's thunderstorms, and the storms have been drawn into the sim. It's quite well. We might see them in a minute. But yeah, 34 left into Doha on the higher one Romeo. ILS, of course. So nothing too strenuous for us. We have been airborne for 15 hours, 50 minutes. But everything's gone well so far. And I do have the Cityscape installed. Well, I hope I installed it. I did buy it. So it's going to be Doha by iniBuilds and the Cityscape as well. So it should make for a nice arrival. The real airplane landed on 34 left as well today, so we are going to follow its stand as well. Hopefully you'll be able to see some of the thunderstorms. It's really weird though, because I've got weather radar on and it hasn't picked up. Well, it has, as you can see, but I've been flying like right next to them. It's not been picking them up, so. But the iniBuilds A350 has handled itself very well. In the last update, they give it quite a big performance upgrade, and I can really tell. I know I've got quite a monster system, but it does feel really good on frames compared to what it was about a month ago. And it makes a really big difference. I mean, we've been airborne now for nearly 16 hours, and I've checked my GPU usage and VRAM. And we are on Sim Update 4 as well, and I haven't lost any performance whatsoever. We are on a flat 50 FPS with ×2 for engine, so it's really good to see on a service like this where we're not struggling with FPS as my camera gets stuck. I have noticed though, since Sim Update 4, a lot of my cameras are messing up. Like during the flight they move a couple of centimetres back like that, and I need to keep resetting them, which is very strange, but oh well. But everything's okay. We've plugged in all the performance for our arrival. Turn the lights down now. We're going to go flat full. I've done the brake to vacate, so it's not too strenuous. So it's a nice, gentle braking. Weather down there. The approach, they are flying this approach real world, and it's a tailwind up until about 1,000 feet, but it is in limits. It does drop off, so when we start extending flaps it might be a 15 knot tailwind, but when we get down to sort of before minimums it should sort itself out. But yeah, there's Doha Hamad International below us. Very nice. First time flying into Doha on the channel, sorry. Don't think I've ever flown here before. There was a scenery by MXI Designs, but I try not to use their sceneries because, in all honesty, they're absolutely dreadful. But yeah, since iniBuilds came out with Doha, I've had it since they released it. I've just never flown. Well, I've flown there off recording. I've just never flown there on the channel. But I looked at this flight on Flight Radar. Well, actually, no. Oh, do you see that thunder there? Lightning? That was cool. Anyway, the reason I did this flight is I like watching. There's a guy on YouTube called Simply Aviation where he like reviews economy class seats, and he did a video on the 350, but from Auckland to Doha, which is longer than this flight, and he did another video on this exact plane going from LA to Doha, and I thought I'll do that flight because that sounds cool. But he has a really good channel. But I do want to step over into New Zealand. There's some really nice scenery in New Zealand, isn't there? But that might be put on the shelf for a couple of weeks because PMDG finally have announced that the 737-800 NG is coming out on the 18th of December. So luckily I'm off work for a bit of time now as it's slowing down for the winter. As we pull the speed bug, I'll just slow down a little bit. It's getting a bit close for my liking. But yeah, so I'm slowing down at work, so I've got some time off. So I'll be doing some 737 ops over the Christmas period. Definitely heading to Manchester and Birmingham and stuff like that, and maybe do some American ops in the Delta. I've got some more lightning there. See if we get a better picture in a second. But I've got Detroit by iniBuilds that I want to go to. Slowing down now to 220 knots. Speed's quite nice there. We'll vector ourselves in shortly. We're in vertical speed, and we'll turn right, not left, sorry. We'll turn right before that cell that I can see off to the right hand side on the weather radar. Activate the approach phase. Flaps 1. Pull head in to 50. Lovely jump there. There's flap 1. Just the slats. Speed brake can be armed now. And we'll go direct to the waypoint. It's very nice on the 350. I can just click it and go direct from position. Insert, and look at that. We're rocking and rolling. This aeroplane is good fun. We'll slow the rate of descent down. And we'll start pulling the speed back. Be conservative with our approach. Get the taxi light on. All the lights are on. Beautiful. I love that wing view where you can see the whole wing of the 350. It's such a beautiful aeroplane. And there's flaps 2 coming out. Winds are fine, so we'll keep that V approach speed. Usually I add a couple of knots, but I find in the 350 it gets really floaty when you start messing with the speed, so just usually leave it with what it needs. So there's flaps 2. And Dubai, sorry, that was very rude of me. Doha, the city, is on the other side of the airport, so we should be able to get a nice view of it in the distance on final approach when it loads in. So we're going to approach mode, second autopilot. Let's see if we've been good flight crew today and get glide slope and localizer at the same time, which we have. You can't teach it, can you? So we've got missed approach 3000, and on the top of the ND I've got speed brake to vacate, localizer and glide slope. They're boxed off. Cat 2 dual. Let's go outside and have a look at the 350. Looking absolutely gorgeous. Look at it. Such a good looking aeroplane. Right, so we've got 190 knots plugged in, 3000 set go around, Heading's dashed, vertical speed's dashed, 1013 QNH, everything's set up for our approach. Next step is gear down and flaps to complete the checklist. And,
2,500.
that's my call to put the gear down, manage speed, dash lines. Gears coming down. Flaps 3. Beautiful, look at that. We need a 787 in the sim. We just need one. So in the distance, I don't know what that other runway is over there. What's that runway like miles away from the airport? Is that one of ours that we can land on? Or is that like an army base or something? And then there's the city loading in off to the left hand side. So the wind's coming back a little bit on the tailwind. It's actually cutting across us now, so aeroplane's handling it quite nicely actually. So thrust is building back up. We are stable, disconnecting the autopilot. I'll take control, my aeroplane. Looking primarily outside now. 1,000 feet. Looking good. Left hand turn here, it's a little bit. Got to remember not to overcorrect the 350. It's quite a sensitive aeroplane, and I find myself overdoing it, and then I cause myself all sorts of trouble on the approach. So just light pressures. Wind's pretty calm. It's dying off now.
400.
For such a big aeroplane, it's very sensitive.
300. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 60. 50. 40.
Start
30.
flare.
20.
Cut the thrust. We'll hold it there.
5.
Bang on the money. 1,000 footers. And speed brakes are up. Reversers are green. Brake to vacate. Decelerating nicely. And there's the cityscape in the distance. And there's the international airport. Slow it down. Disconnecting the auto brake. We've slowed enough down. And we'll take the right hand turn here. Welcome down to Qatar. 16 hours in the air. What a mammoth adventure we've been on there. And trundle away slowly off of runway 34 left after another successful flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So flaps and speed brakes stowed, clean up the aeroplane, APU master can be started, taxi light on, and we can clean up the rest of the aeroplane, and we're safely down off the runway. Another successful flight. Sim update 4 is absolutely brilliant. When we look at the performance we're getting now, beautiful. When we're all straightened up, we'll jump into the new GSX map. You know, we'll pick our parking spot. So we'll make the first left and then down. It's on the other side of the airport, the Royal Plane Park, so we're going to follow it anyway. Go select map. And, yeah, that'll do. The transponder went off in that area, so... Lovely. It's nice that in the 350 as well, like in real life, the weather radar goes off when you taxi off the runway, which is nice. Right, AB, you can be started. Oh, that was actual lightning there. Did you see that? That was brilliant. And this scenery is beautiful as ever. By iniBuilds, again, you can really not beat their sceneries. They're excellent. Really nicely done. I think it comes with, I don't think you'll hear it, I turned it off, but they do like this announcements in the terminal, like the proper last call for remaining passengers on, which is quite nice. It just adds a little bit of an immersion. They used to do that, what people, it was Flight Factor, I believe, in my X-Plane days there, 7.6 and 7.5. It used to have, not as good as this, there used to be stupid announcements, like you'd be flying the 7.6 and you'd hear the same repeated talking. It'd get on your nerves after a little bit, but yeah, that was on the X-Plane days, if you remember that. Anyone who owned the 7.5 and 7.6. And that lightning is picking up a little bit. It looks like we dodged some nasty weather. It looks like it's going to roll in a minute. So not this right, next right, and into the stands. Beautiful. Right, swing it round. Another flash of lightning. Kicking off a little bit round here. Is that the dome light? No, not the dome light. Or is it the... Probably be that one there. Excuse me? Hot brakes? You're lying. They're not hot, are they? Oh, they are quite hot, yeah. The right side, for some reason. Right, we'll just... We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Parking up in a second, anyway. It would be cool if they had the taxi cam working. I know that the new Aerosoft A350-600 in conjunction with Tolis is going to have a taxi cam. That's going to be very cool to have that in the sim. Be interesting to see what the performance is like on the Tolis A340 in Microsoft. X-Plane, their sceneries are, not sceneries, sorry, their aeroplanes are regarded as some of the best for performance. So be very interesting to see how it fares in 2024 and see if they continue with that. However, Aerosoft is doing all the modelling and stuff, so that might change. And I think that's our stand there, 120. double checking. It's down 120. There you go. That'll do me. And now that is some serious lightning. We have dodged a bullet there coming in. Whoa. It's like War of the Worlds. Bit overdone, I believe. Bit overdone. Definitely a bit overdone. Right, adding a little bit of thrust. I've lost that forward momentum. Being a bit silly with the braking. This isn't going to be my finest parking job, I can tell you that. A little bit skew. But it looks like we've saved it a little bit. Right. Slowing it down a little bit to a crawl. Call it a day there. Parking brake on. Engine 1 and 2 off. And welcome down to Doha, Hamad International. I hope you enjoyed that mammoth sector as much as I did. 16 hours, 11 minutes. Take off to touchdown. Quite a long one that was. The iniBuilds 350 handled it very well. Two beautiful sceneries either side. Pleasure flying this plane in the sim again. And the updates have been really, really nice. Not much really to say. Nothing bad happened apart from the crazy weather that's appeared out of nowhere. We were lucky to dodge that. Hopefully my next video will be in the PMDG 737-800, which is coming out in a couple of days, unless that tentative release date does get pushed back. If you did enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe. If you've got any flights you'd like me to fly, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comments below. And I'll see you all again very, very soon in my next video.